Well, let's talk about change, and that's going to happen in Karnataka as well, because after 3 years of suspense and speculation, the power transfer in Karnataka is finally happening. DK Shivkumar soon will be taking oath as the Chief Minister of Karnataka. This is now being planned at 4:05 p.m., so later in the afternoon. And Bengaluru, which has now been fortified for this high-profile ceremony with Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, top Congress-ruled state chief ministers, also opposition bloc leaders who are expected to attend. Meanwhile, DK Shivkumar himself has been saying, and at his hard work and the loyalty that he has now shown to the party, it's been delayed, but however, his due is now being given to him. Now, as far as the countdown is now concerned to the oath-taking ceremony, of course, DK Shivkumar seems to be greeting his supporters before the oath-taking ceremony, the preparations that are on in full swing. Supporters that have gathered outside his residence as well, and there you go, this morning pictures that are now coming in. Of course, there has been back-to-back meetings that had been slated in New Delhi as well, so he just reached from Delhi yesterday. And in the meantime, let's connect with Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan and Akshana, who are joining us live right now. So Madhav, this morning pictures of DK Shivkumar, we're just counting down to the hours there where he will be sworn in as the Chief Minister.
Well, absolutely. DK Shivkumar stepping out of his residence. We are told that he's going to be taking blessings of senior leaders within Karnataka, seeking the blessings of the people. And remember, for DK Shivkumar, it's very, very important that he put his right foot forward, metaphorically speaking. He will want to ensure that he is not upsetting anyone either within his own party or even within the opposition, and will attempt to take everyone along. Because remember that he has a limited amount of time as Chief Minister, just 2 years to go for the next Karnataka elections. And if he has to be successful, if he has to make his mark as a Chief Minister, he literally has perhaps just the next 12 months to do so, because by next year it will be an election year, very limited scope for any realistic policy intervention to actually make an impact on ground. Going beyond the existing guarantee schemes, what is it that DK Shivkumar can do? We are told that there are several announcements that are likely right after his swearing in. There's going to be a cabinet meeting as well, and following that is when we will be hearing of the new announcements and development schemes that DK Shivkumar and his government is planning. So how far he's able to take that along, and take along in fact several of those leaders who are earlier identified as being close aides of Siddaramaiah. Remember that Siddaramaiah seems to have had his way in the sense that several of the senior leaders at least have found their way in the initial team that will be taking oath today. Now, what really is the complexion of that? What are the final names? We will have to await the final list that comes out, that's expected this morning. And
yes,
of course, representation of various communities, whether it's the Dalit community, of the OBC community,
well, that
of
seems to be the caste equation and balance that the party high command seeks as far as in this new cabinet is concerned. Of course, the very presence of Siddaramaiah and his loyalists, that is also something which is going to be witnessed in the new Karnataka DKS cabinet. But what has DK Shivkumar said? Of course, being a loyalist, a troubleshooter for the party, he said that he's deserved this position and it is now overdue as far as this position that he deserves to take over on the highest chair of the position of the Chief Minister has now been given to him by the party high command.
Positions. Sonia Gandhi's sacrifice, she could have become the Prime Minister. Rahul Gandhi would have become the Prime Minister. But they did not. Ultimately, they fought. Now Rahulji walked on the streets of this country. Tell me which leader has taken such a big decision. I hope the people of Karnataka have confidence in me. I have to do my job. I'll do very sincerely with a lot of dedication, and I will reshape, because the world is seeing India through Bangalore and Karnataka.
Now, what is being said that the crucial huddle before the swearing-in ceremony is taking place at DK Shivkumar's residence, and what is being said that the leaders have started to arrive. That include G. Parmeshwara as well at the residence, and now it is being touted that as far as the deputy CM's position is concerned, one position only that is going to be given, and probably that to G. Parmeshwara. What was being said, according to reports, that he too was unhappy on being sidelined, on missing on the opportunity to become the Chief Minister. Then Akshara, what's happening as far as that DK Shivkumar's residence is concerned? We are told that another meeting is underway before the swearing-in ceremony takes place.
Well, you see, yes, G. Parmeshwara, who was also the aspirant for the chief ministerial post, was also here, and he spoke to DK Shivakumar. He greeted them, and right now, just a couple of minutes back, DK Shivakumar left his residence. We're believing, we got to understand that he's heading to Siddaramaya's house. He'll meet them, and later after that, he's likely to visit BJP veteran leader B.S. Yediyurappa as well. So he wants to meet the senior leaders of the state, and post that, we'll have to wait and watch what decision will be taken pertaining to the cabinet, because last night, he told the media that at post 10 a.m. List will be sent to the DKS from the High Command regarding who will be taking oath as the ministers. Post that, he will sit and discuss with the leaders, and later he'll send the same list back to the High Command regarding who they want as the ministers. But all said and done, the final call will be taken by the High Command regarding who will be taking oath today. But highly likely that the senior leaders who are ministers under Siddaramaya's cabinet in these first 3 years are likely going to take oath today as well. In the second phase that will be taking after the MLC and the Rajya Sabha elections, a new generation of leaders will be inducted as ministers under DK's cabinet. So
right.
This is the latest update pertaining to DK Shivakumar. He will be meeting the senior leaders.
Well, we are literally
Siddaramaiah
counting down to the hours there as far as the swearing in ceremony is concerned. Pictures that have been coming in from this meeting that is expected at DK Shivakumar's residence, which is currently underway. But how does exactly, when it comes to DK Shivakumar's new cabinet, how it is expected to look like, and the caste equations, that is something that the balance is something which the High Command also wants to maintain. So along with DK Shivakumar, it is now being said that at least 12 to 14 ministers will be taking oath. However, only one position that is now been given to the Deputy Chief Minister. Earlier, it was being said that at least there would be 2 to 3. Now, this position likely is expected to go to G. Parmeshwara, also a loyalist of Siddaramaiah camp, and the second list of ministers that may come out on the 20th of June. And the second list, probably as far as what is being said on part of the sources within the party is concerned, saying that they will now look after certain changes when the Rajya Sabha and the MLC elections get over. So that seems to be the caste calculus that has also been kept in mind when it comes to this power struggle, this transition that has happened for a very long time within Karnataka Congress. So Madhav and Akshara, for the moment, thank you very much for joining in. The countdown there continuously running on your screens. We'll be back on the other side with lots more.